Your 49th Market Watch report is here. That's right, 49 weeks now in a row. I have bringing you this report every single week without fail. Nobody else on YouTube is doing this. For the ones who have not seen these reports, we're going to break it down for you how we do it. For the ones who've seen it already, how we do it, thank you for your support on this types of videos. This really helps a lot of people with prices, where to think about what the next move is going to be of stacking. Some of these prices are a little high. I'm going to warn you right off the bat. So let's just get into it. Help me out with the thumbs up. Share the video out. This will help your local farmers markets. This will help your local restaurants. This will help people that are unaware about silver, especially 90% silver. Let's get into it. We're going to start off with Monument Metals. As most of you folks know, the H stands for Franklin Halves. The Q stands for Washington Silver Quarters. The D stands for Roosevelt Silver Dimes. I've been doing these three coins every single market report without fail. I have kept with the same dealers without fail. We're going to start off again this week with Monument Metals. Franklin Halves for $10 face per roll. The 277.71. Washington Silver Quarters is $277.35 for $10 face. Roosevelt Silver Dimes is $138.67 for $5 face. Their breakdown at Monument comes out to be $13.89 each. Silver Quarters is $6.93 each. Roosevelt Silver Dimes is $2.77 each. Let's go to Hero. They're doing the Franklin Halves for $286.60 for $10 face. Washington Silver Quarters is $273.40 for $10 face. Your Roosevelt Silver Dimes are $136.90 for $5 face. Their breakdown is $14.33 for each Franklin Halves. Quarters is $6.83. Roosevelt Silver Dimes is $2.74 each. At Max comes in at $2.89 flat for Franklin Halves, a $10 face. Silver Quarters comes in at $281.85 for $10 face, and Roosevelt Silver Dimes comes at $142.71 for $5 face. The breakdown at Max this week is $14.45 each for the Franklin Halves. Quarters is $7.04, and your Roosevelt Silver Dimes are $2.85 each over at Max. We go to JM now. JM comes in at $298.87 for $10 face for Franklin Halves. Quarters comes in at the same price, $298.87 for $10 face. Roosevelt Silver Dimes in the $5 rolls, they are still out. That is week number 3 or 4 now in a row. They have been out. Stop the milk, my friends. You know, this is what I'm saying. These dealers will buy them up, especially when they're out. Breakdown at JM is, for the Franklin Halves, $14.94 each. Silver Quarters was $7.47 each. No information on the Roosevelt Silver Dimes because they're out. SD comes in at $281.35 for the Franklin Halves. They said it was a sale. Okay, fine. $281.35 for $10 face. Washington Silver Quarters was $292.08 for $10 face. Roosevelt Silver Dimes was $144.25 for $5 face. Their breakdown is $14.06 for the Franklin Halves. Washington Silver Quarters breaks down to be $7.30. Roosevelt Silver Dimes comes in at $2.89 each. How about our channel sponsor, Pinbacks? They're coming in at Franklin Halves, $285.60 for $10 face. Washington Silver Quarters comes in at $285.30 for $10 face. Roosevelt Silver Dimes was $142.65 for $5 face. Breakdown at channel sponsor Pinbacks comes in at $14.28 each for the Franklin halves. Silver quarters comes in at $7.13 each. Roosevelt Silver Dimes comes in at $2.85 each this week. You can see the wide range of prices this week, my friends. Gotta shop around. You got to shop around. Sometimes paying a couple dollars more might be a better thing because you get better customer service like channel sponsor Pinbacks. Don't forget the 1921 Morgan dollars. They are still on sale at channel sponsor Pinbacks. Check them out, my friends. Check them out this week. This is the last. Tomorrow's the last day. Excuse me. Tomorrow is the last day of them going to be doing the Morgan dollars for this week. I don't know what they're going to do next week. Not heard that yet. I'll keep you folks informed. Thank you, channel sponsor Pinbacks, for sponsoring my channel, Coin Shop Chris. Thank you to the viewer out there because it's not possible without you. What else do I want to talk about? I guess I'll say that after. No, I'm going to talk about it right now. You're going to want to watch this afternoon's video. Okay, you're going to want to watch this afternoon's video. That should be a warning right there. Okay? That's all I'm going to say. And you'll see why I'm saying that now and how I'm saying it now. Why I am saying that as it is right now. Keep that in mind. You're going to want to watch this afternoon's video. Sorry for the movement with the camera. It just won't stay today for some reason. We're going to go with the melt values now. Excuse me, the silver values. We're trying to stop the melt, Coin Shop Chris. We're not going to talk about melt values. We're talking about silver values. Your war nickels. The dreaded war nickels. Right? Each one has the silver value of $2.15 each. People didn't want them. I was talking about this thing when they had a silver value of $145, $150. I was picking them up at $135, $125, $135. Silver's gone up. Okay, there we go. Your silver dimes have a silver value of $2.77 each. Your silver quarters have a silver value of $6.92 each. You know, looking back on some of the purchases I made, I remember getting silver quarters for $4. I remember getting silver dimes for $2, $1.80. Those days are gone, my friends. Silver is ramping up. I'll get into a little bit more about that in a few minutes. Let's run through these cards. Your 90% silver halves have a silver value of $13.84 each. The dreaded 40% silver halves, right? Not so dreaded no more. $5.66 each. Your Morgan and Peace dollars, keep in mind, is silver value only, not numismatic. Not numismatic. $29.59 for Morgan and Peace dollars. Just the silver content in the coin itself. Eisenhower 40%. $12.09 each. I don't stack these. I don't know why. I don't know if I don't like them. I just didn't have the opportunity to stack them. They were always a little bit more than the, I guess, the half dollars of Kenley halves. You know, I would say that, you know, more on the upside. So I just went with the Kenley halves. They were cheaper, same amount of silver when you get two. So I did it the little bit cheaper way out. Silver Eagles have a silver value of $38.26 as recording of this video. Silver's moving, this, my friends. Silver is moving. Talking about silver again. Year to date, silver is up $9.22 an ounce. Let me repeat that, $9.22 an ounce since January 1st of 2025. We have risen 31.54%. I want you to keep that number in your head just for a moment here. 31.54%. It's outperforming gold. Like I predicted months ago, silver will overtake gold by percentages. This is 2 weeks in a row now. Silver has done this. Gold is up year to date $717.30, or up 27.16%. Platinum still having its field day. Platinum is up $546.10, or up 59.98%. Yes, it's ticked down a little bit from last week. Platinum still holding pretty gosh darn good. Copper, up $1.58 a pound, up 39.19%. People that overlook copper too. I understand these copper rounds, these copper bars may not be, you want some in your stack. I'm not saying get a whole bunch of it. This is why I stack every single day nickels. Okay, no, you can't melt them down yet. Okay, cost you $2 a roll at the bank. Look, you don't even have to go to the bank. If you're using cash and you're getting 40 cents back, ask the clerk, the cashier, the teller, whatever you want to call them. Change back in nickels, please. That's how you stack nickels, my friends. That's how you pull the copper. 75% copper, 25% nickel in every nickel. Common date stuff, the stuff we use in transactions today. I'm not talking about your war nickels. I'm talking everyday nickels. Keep that in mind. Bitcoin is up $23,593.68 as of last night when I wrote these numbers out. I did check it this morning. It is up a little bit higher. Bitcoin trades 24/7. I don't have no control over that when I take these numbers. At the time, it was up 24.99%. Look, President Trump just signed for the government to buy Bitcoin or purchase Bitcoin, whatever you want, how you want to phrase it. Okay. They say it's not controlled. It's out of the government's hands. It's out of the government's eyes. Well, look, they're getting into Bitcoin. It's digitalized. It's not digitalized gold. It's digitalized. It's on a computer screen. You don't think the government's hands are not involved now? You don't think they're not going to moderate it? Come on. It's digitalized. They do have control over it. They're involved. They got control over it. Physical silver and gold in your possession. They don't have control over it. End of story. I just can't make that any more clear than that. And what's to say they don't shut it down? What's to say they don't shut your account down for whatever reason? It's a click of a switch. That's all they have to do. It's a click of a switch. They can't take that away from you when you have physical silver and gold in your possession. Okay, power goes out, the system gets corrupted, the system crashes. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? No, those are high threats right there. That's why I call it a Ponzi scheme. Take it or leave it. You know, I'm not into Bitcoin. I'm not into meme coins. I think all that stuff's a Ponzi scheme. That's just my opinion. Nothing against the people who want to. I got nothing against people who want to make a fast buck. But here's my prediction. They're going to ramp this up so much. The big boys and girls are going to come in and sell it off. Okay? And leave people holding the bag. Or the government will let it rise. They sell it off, leave everybody holding the bag. It can happen, my friends. You don't think that cannot happen? Yeah, it could happen very easily. That's why it's a Ponzi scheme. I'll move on. The Dow Jones is up year-to-date 1,797.97 in points, up 4.23%. We are keeping an eye on oil. Oil is still down 4.38%. No, excuse me, $4.38. It is down 6.11%. You know, let's talk about oil real fast. Remember when oil was spiking? And then they said prices had to go up because oil went up? Well, oil has been down for a good while now. Why haven't prices fallen back? Were we lied to again? Just a way to raise prices? Prices have not come down, my friends. on anything else. Shipping products have come down. Oil has come down. Why hasn't products price come down? Keep that in mind the next time you hear on TV when oil spikes, everything goes up. It's due to the price of oil. Hogwash, hogwash, wake up. Yeah, let's wake up, my friends. This is what's going on. This is how we're being lied to. The US dollar index, 98.46. Still down 9.21%. The US dollar still down. It's come back a little bit. But overall, it's still down over 9%. You don't think the dollar's feeling? I think so. I think so. I'm stacking. I'm still stacking. I'm still stacking everything I can in stack. And I'm going to be honest with you. I'm really focusing on, once again, Morgan and Peace dollars common dates. I want to get into, just touch on this again, because there was some misconceptions what I said. I guess people I didn't translate it right, maybe. I don't know. I was talking in one video yesterday about trades. You know, I am, not always for trades, but it's starting to make me think, if you have, these are not Morgan graded coins. I understand that. I don't own Morgan graded coins. I don't own Peace dollar graded coins. Okay? We got to look at the bright picture here. And I'm mixed between this one as well. Do you trade? If you have a high-end Morgan dollar graded, you have a higher end, say, MS70 Eagles. You can make a few bucks more off it than you bought it for. Maybe 10, 15 bucks than you bought it for. And I'm talking about Silver Eagles, of course. But if you have a high-end Morgan or Peace dollar, MS62, MS63, that coin is worth XYZ, let's say. Let's say it's worth about 800 bucks. Crap hits the fan. Are there really going to be that many collectors out there at that time willing to give you what you want for it at that time? I don't know. All right, I cannot tell you that. Yes, you're gonna find more. You find less buyers. That's gonna be for sure. Are you gonna be able to find a buyer? Most likely, yes, because there's always gonna be people out there have money no matter what happens. But keep this. You're gonna just find less buyers out there. If you got the opportunity, and I am really thinking about taking some of my silver rounds that I pay like $500 a tube for. Some of these graded coins. I'm not saying these two right here. I'm not saying that yet. I am highly thinking about flipping them and getting into 90% silver even more. And I'm talking about your halves, your dimes, the quarters. Smaller transactions might come into play, my friends. Something I am considering. If I do make that decision, I will be letting you know. I'm just going to be honest about that. Is it the time to start thinking about this? Is it the time to start waiting maybe a little bit longer? When silver gets to 45 threshold, would that be a little bit better time? But we know some coin dealers out there are just saying everything to the smelters in 90. And it's a damn shame. This is why we gotta stop the melt. Stop the melt continues. Put it in the comments, my friends. Don't know the future. I don't know the future. But I'm listening to different people. Listening to the customers. Listening to you all. We don't have to agree on everything every single time. Okay? Everybody's in a different financial position. We got to remember that. We got a lot of newcomers coming in. We got to remember that. That's why I warn about fakes. It's not because someone's crazy and don't know what they're doing. They probably don't, some people still don't understand when they come into this market, they don't have a good grasp of this fakes out there. They don't realize it. That's why I warn. We shouldn't be calling people names when they buy fakes. You got to educate the people out there. And that's what I try to do on this channel, is to educate. Not calling people names. That's not the right way to handle it. We've all made mistakes with the silver and gold. Some of us maybe have a little bit of regrets of stuff we bought before. Maybe not, I do. I mean, I'm not perfect. No one's perfect out there. It's a good deal. Okay, it's silverweight. I get that point. Like these. I understand. These are not my favorite rounds. I'm not. It's one of my better, let me put it this way. It's one of my least regrets that I bought these. Okay? The Julius Caesar's rounds. Shown these before. They're okay. I mean, yeah, they're better designed than some of the other ones I have. I 100% regret this deal at all that I got. At least 2 tubes that I own of silver rounds, I'm shown before on this channel. Yeah, I'm like, why in the heck did I get these for? But at the end of the day, for the viewer, the couple viewers have said, Chris, it's still, at the end of the day, it's still silverweight. 100% right. I cannot agree with that statement any more than that. 100% right. When I saw that in the comment section by 2 or 3 people on that Pacific video, I sat back and I said to myself, they're right. It's still silver. What am I really complaining about? You gotta, sometimes it takes somebody else to say something, and even myself, for the job I do, working at the coin shop, sometimes it sinks in. You gotta hear it from somebody else. And, you gotta leave the book open. You can't have a closed book when we come to stacking. Things change. Things change, and what I mean by that is, go back to March of 2023, when 90% silver was almost, you couldn't find it. And if you could find it, it was the highest premium of everything else out there. I had to change to silver rounds, silver bars at that time. And I started dabbling in with the graded coins. And it was weird, because some of these graded coins I got in, Silver Eagles, were actually going for less than a raw, or just about the same price as a raw. You got to make the changes as things happen, and you got to catch it. And this is why you got to continue watching, because I will bring you the changes as I see them. There's a little bit more talk about trading for 90 at the higher end numismatic coins right now. It's just something to think about. I'm not telling you to do it. I'm not telling you not to do it. You got to think about it. You got to make your own decision based on yourself and your family. You can't just say, okay, Coin Shop Chris said this, I'm going to follow his. What my thinking is might not be exactly best for you and your family. You got to put that into realization as well. Just because it works for me does not necessarily it's going to work for you that same way. If you have any questions for me about silver, gold, or platinum, reach out to me. My email is always in every single description of every single video. Thank you for your time and watching. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Don't forget to watch this afternoon's video. Until then, Coin Shop Chris is out.